right, well, let's go ahead and move on to the third topic of the day. And Lamont, it has to do with a topic that you like, Marvel. You know, that's our thing over here. But it's kind of some bad news. You know, the directors, the Russo brothers, that brought us Winter Soldier, that brought us Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, seems like they're at an impasse. And I have this report right here from comicbook.com. It says the Russo brothers at an impasse to direct another Marvel movie after Scarlett Johansson lawsuit. This is so unfortunate. Come on, get out the way, Ab. And again, guys, if you're watching this via live or the replay, there is a link down to the article down in the description box for you to read at your own leisure. And the article reads, Scarlett Johansson's lawsuit against the Walt Disney Company over her payments for Black Widow movie rocked Hollywood in a big way after it was announced. Not only did a nasty back and forth take place between the actress's camp and the House of Mouse, but also apparently affected Marvel Studios' ability to bring back talent to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In a report on the Wall Street Journal about the fallout of Johansson's legal filing, the outlet claims that the uncertainty the lawsuit has created has caused filmmakers Joe and Anthony Russo to think twice about returning for a new Marvel movie. And this is horrible because, you know, they was going to come back to they were going to take a break, but there was like, you know what, since Marvel Disney has now acquired all of the 20th Century Fox properties, hence X-Men, we may want to come back and do Secret Wars. How badass would that be? But now it's up in the air. And so the Wall Street Journal wrote that since the lawsuit has been filed, the pair hit an impasse in negotiations to direct another Marvel movie, and that the discord between talent and the studio left them unsure how their next movie would be distributed and how they would be paid. The Russos declined to comment for the initial report. I kept saying Secret Wars because that was the first books that I really fell in love with as a kid, Joe said in an interview back in 2019 with MTV about returning to Marvel. This notion of, you know, event storytelling, and I think that's the part of the reason we gravitate so strongly towards these event films and these ensemble films, in the notion that you can contain so many different characters and so many different points of view and galvanize them around a story point is really compelling to us. This is heartbreaking, but I want to know how you feel about this, Lamont. You know, what do you make of it? You know, what do you make of it?
I would love to get the Russo brothers back because they were such an integral part of what Marvel did in its growing years. And now that you have all these properties that have come back to Marvel, there's so many stories that can be told by Marvel. I feel like the better you have talent to fulfill these stories, probably the more stories we can get. To me, it's really, really unfortunate that this lawsuit is scaring people away. But at the end of the day, my heart of heart, I feel like it's going to get worked out, that Marvel is going to get everything worked out, and that we probably will get the Russo brothers back. But when you're going through a lawsuit like this, it does make anyone who has any business savvy or any relationship savvy for that matter, pause and be like, okay, let me make sure I get all the facts about what's going on. I'll make sure I get her facts and make sure I understand your facts and understand how would that fit me if I come back into the spectrum. But at the end of the day, because they did have such a good relationship, I think that history will supersede what's going on and that they possibly will come back. Hopefully,
man. Elliot, what you got?
Bob Chapek. Effing up, man. The effing up. But no, I think, like Lamont said, I think they'll figure something out, man. I can't think of a directing duo or directors in general that, as far as, you know, the three-peat, you know, everyone's had a three-peat, but no one's had the four-peat in regards to, you go with Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, and each one of those films, box office wise, were bigger than the next one, and they were bigger event films. So it would just make sense they will come back and do something like that. And, you know, just think of what they, in my opinion, what they were able to do to elevate Scarlett Johansson in the Winter Soldier film, to introduce Black Panther T'Challa, as well as in my opinion, I think Civil War Spider-Man was the best version of Spider-Man that we've seen in the MCU so far, in my personal opinion. So I can only imagine what the Russo brothers can do, having some type of X-Men inclusion or Fantastic Four, or introduce either other characters within the MCU for the very first time in a Secret War type of film. Come on, man. We got to get these brothers back. I think they They, like you said, Brandon, were some of the reasons why the MCU was able to elevate itself to obviously its own genre to where we are now. So I think Kevin Feige and Bob Check will probably shut his mouth if you know, Kevin's like, hey, no, we don't want you on this call. Go over there, Bob. I'm going to handle this. Brothers, hey, he ain't going to be involved with this. This is going straight to theaters. They'll figure it out. Or if they don't, I'm hearing good things about Chloe Chow. I think that might be their next golden goose in the MCU. If the Russo brothers aren't to come back, I think Chloe's going to be someone that Marvel wants to be in business with for many, many years to come. But I think the Russo brothers will come back.
Right on. And guys, this lets you know it's this man's fault right here. Bob Chapek. I'm being petty as hell. It is his fault. It is his fault. It is his fault. Now, I'm gonna ask you this. We talked about this briefly on Elliot's channel on, was that Wednesday? Yeah, I think it was Wednesday.
Yep. Yeah.
I was supposed to talk about this topic last week, but I forgot. But Lamont, do you see this happening, bro? Let's say, for instance, Chapek, this clown right here, just continues to crash and burn. Do you think it would be like a mass boycott where, you know, Disney Plus subscribers would just cancel? Like, look, if you don't bring Iger back or Feige back or give him control or I'm canceling my subscription. You know, do you think that would happen? I'm down. I think me and Marvel, we down for canceling. Are you down? Are you down for canceling? And I ain't gonna put you on the spot like that, but but seriously though, do you think that would happen though? Like a mass, like a mass boycott or something?
No, I don't see a mass boycott. I could see some people being upset, but people are starved for the content Disney presents, and they present so much content that they've homed in on what we like. I just don't see a mass exodus of the content. Now, if they did do that and other parts of their content starts to drop, then the shareholders and the board are going to have a discussion, and they're going to want to know what the hell is going on. So if you do start messing with the revenues that they're bringing in, and you remember, y'all, they invested a lot in Disney Plus. They quit paying shareholders dividends. Dividends was one of the biggest reasons Disney was getting new people to their stock in the company. And they quit doing that to beef up the streaming service in the hopes that once they get it to where they want to go, not only would they be paying dividends again, but they'd be paying bigger dividends. So I don't see a mass exodus, B. Avery, but if we did see those numbers start to decline by 10%, he would be called to the woodshed, and he would be sitting in front of the board and everybody else that's in Disney.
Especially Mickey Mouse. You don't want to be in Mickey's office.
Yeah. Yep. The guy behind Mickey Mouse got some pull now.
Right on, right on.
I'll say this too, Brandon, though. If the Russo brothers don't come back, I want to see him go to DC. And I want to see him what he was able to do to Captain America. I would love to see what they can do with Superman. So I'll just leave it.
You want to see who go to DC?
Oh, Russo brothers.
Oh, okay.
They can't work it out with Marvel. I would love to see them tackle a DC property. And like I said, what they did to the Boy Scout Cap, I would love to see what they can do with a Superman story. I'm just saying. James Gunn's already over there, and some other people been over there, and a lot of people's been jumping ship. So I don't know. DC, Russos, let's make it happen.
Now, B. Avery, before you go, let me ask Elliot, did you like the Captain America stories, in particular the second one when they introduced Bucky as the Winter Soldier?
I still to date think that as far as solo outings go, Winter Soldier story to me is the best like MCU film to date. You know, even we talked about last week that Bucky and Cap fight in the streets of Washington is still, and this no disrespect to Chung-Chi, that's still the best fight in the MCU to me.
Yeah,
it was good.
Cap go head to head.
100%. 100%.
And then the Civil Wars fight, the personal fight that we got in that, and obviously Infinity War Endgame. I mean, listen, the Russo brothers. Listen, man. These dudes know what they're doing, which gets me excited for the next film, Gray Man, with Ryan Reynolds and Cap himself, Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling. I'm sorry, we'll be going head to head next year, so I'm really excited to see what they do with that action film.
Right on,
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with all that. But we still on Marvel, man, and we still on Bob Chapek.